Kevin had asked us to do a review of how this program got started and how it's going, and Aaron and Mark Spessler are going to help tell some of the particulars. You know, the scholarship programs at the high schools, there's an honors program at each one of the schools every year. And if you've never ever been to one of those, I encourage you to go, because there's a lot of scholarships given, and it's really to top students. And we and all the organizations, other organizations locally, are doing that. And ours was one, we were given $500 a year scholarships. And what happens is, as usual, the kids that apply for the scholarships are the A students. And if you go to these programs, you'll realize that they get, these A students, many of them get more than one scholarship, which I doubt if they can use all of them, but they're worthy of earning those. But in the course of our going there, we found out from the schools there's a lot of kids that need a lot of help, and with some motivation would do better in their schooling. So we decided as an organization to look into it, and we formed a committee, and we decided to try to help students that are not A and B students to make sure, number one, they graduate from high school, and that is a current problem around the country, and two, that they would be able to earn monies to use for further schooling after their graduation. And so this committee put together a program, and we discussed it with the schools, and the schools were very cooperative, and they suggested that we not only have students apply, and they talked about C students, that we also interview them. We're the only organization that actually interviews applicants. And the schools are thrilled that we do that. And they provide us with C students entering their junior year of high school. And then we do the interviewing, and I think almost all of you have participated in this. And if you haven't, well, you should, because it's a real, I think, interesting experience. And it's pretty tough to pick students because they really all deserve a chance. And fortunately, our club has sought to progressively increase the number of students that we give scholarships to. The history of it is that we considered doing this, and when we implemented a program, our first graduates in this program were in 1998, and we had one student from each school. We actually, of course, they were chosen in the fall of '96, and then into their junior and senior year, and they graduated in 1998. And the club has progressively raised the value of the scholarships. From 1997, we bumped it up to, well, and we started out with the maximum they could earn is $1,000. In '97, we jumped it to $1,250. In 2003, we jumped it to $1,500. 2005, we jumped it to $2,600. And in 2008, we jumped it to $3,000. So a maximum a student can earn is $3,000. And of course, the rules are that they must graduate to get the money, and the money can only be applied to further schooling, and any checks that the treasurer writes are to both the school and the student. I would like Aaron to maybe explain an example of how the interviews go and what's. And I have, for your information, I have the pictures that we take pictures every year of our president giving the students the scholarships, and I have copies of those pictures that you're welcome to look at. Also, you should know that at the schools we have plaques, East Alton Rotary plaques at the school. At Roxanne, it's in honor of Dr. Norman Taylor, one of our deceased members who was very active. and his name's on the plaque, and we add the kids' names every year as they graduate. And at Roxana, it's hanging on the wall in the main office. At Wood River High, it's in honor of John Milliken, another deceased active member, and that plaque hangs in the area of all the counselors. And you're welcome to see pictures of all this, because that's pictures of Roger Wirtz giving the students their scholarships. And thankfully, many of you are participating in this, and Lori does all the work on the scholarship plaques and everything, which is a real help.